Good afternoon, everyone. Today is November 26th, the day after Thanksgiving, in 2021, and I am back in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This is considered the Condado district. And I was here back in 2019, and today I'm going to try and take kind of the same walk that I did the last time I was here. This is something new. Yeah, chickens in the middle of the city out here, so I think this is kind of odd. Okay, so I'm gonna start walking. As I mentioned before, this place does not have crosswalks, at least not in this part of the city, so it's kind of every man for themselves. Okay, and right now I'm going to show you where I'm staying at. I'm staying across the street here at this place. It's called the La Concha Hotel. It's a Marriott hotel. Okay, and if you're ever looking at it, it's also right next to it. It's a restaurant that I think is part of the hotel. It's called the Serafina. So keep walking. Okay, and also the street that we're currently on, this is Ashford Avenue, and you'll see there's several hotels on this part of town. One good thing about this is it's pretty close to Old San Juan, so it's just a short Uber ride from to Old San Juan from here. And one thing about Puerto Rico, the time. Right now, the time it's about 5:15 p.m. and like right now, if you're on the East Coast, say New York or the DC area, it will be 4:15. So it's an hour ahead here. So one thing about that is that even though it's an hour ahead, they're on a different time zone. So the time zone being at the Atlantic Standard Time is what they're on this one. And whereas if you were here in the springtime, they'll be an hour ahead, and however, they do not recognize daylight savings time. So if you come here in the springtime, when daylight saving time is in effect, it will be about, the East Coast time would sync up with their time. And it's only because, the East Coast would be on daylight savings time. But one other thing about this, as the last time I was here, you'll notice it is a ton of traffic on this street. And I asked before, is it always this much traffic? I, did this, just kind of walked around here last night when I got in, and it's because of the time of day. Everyone's getting off of work and just trying to get home. It's Friday, trying to get home, and that's this is just workday traffic over here. what I'm also trying to do while I'm walking is point out some of the hotels that's along this block, you know, if you're ever booking here. Okay, so this hotel right across the street is a Condado Vanderbilt, which really seems to be a very beautiful hotel. Very nice. I do recall kind of looking at it when I was trying to book my hotel. Just remembering it seemed to be a level up, you know, above the hotel that I'm currently staying at. Okay, so one thing that I have noticed, as I mentioned before, is that there's a hotel down the street called the Serafina. And I believe this was it, if I'm not mistaken. However, it seems to be that the name change. I see it's now seems to be called the social club. The Condado Ocean Club. That's what it seems to be called. I'm gonna keep walking. As you can see, there's water on both sides. So I'm gonna kind of stand up here. The last time was last time. So there's the ocean on that side, and on this side there seems to be a bay. And it's kind of hard to see, but I see part of this is that within that bay, it seems to be, where you can go canoeing through there. Also, I see seeing some paddle boarders over there in the bay. Okay, so I'm gonna keep walking. Okay. Here's another thing. The last time I was here, it was somewhere around this point. Is that I was walking in my flip-flops at the time, and I had to end my walk pretty quickly because as I walked along here, I just kind of stumbled on something. It seemed like it was an old sign that was taken down, and my foot was kind of bloody, so I just had to stop my walk. But what I said the last time about this still holds true, is that walking down this street, I would recommend not to wear flip-flops, because even though it's a sidewalk, there's a lot of little obstructions, a lot of kind of divots through here that you can stumble on. And even as I look around, I don't see anyone walking around with flip-flops on. I mean, just for example, if you was walking through Miami Beach, on the streets of Miami Beach, you'll see plenty of people walking with flip-flops, but I do not see that here. So still more restaurants over there. And this is one thing I can tell you about restaurants in this area, especially the restaurants near the hotel, the La Concha, where I'm staying at, is that inside the hotel, the food is fantastic. I mean, it's just great. However, some of the restaurants right near it, that's closest to it, honestly, I tried eating at a few of them the last time, and the food was not what I expected. And so what I ended up doing was venturing out, finding, some restaurants that, weren't as close to the hotel, off the beaten path. And some of those restaurants off the beaten path, like a lot of places, the food was fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. I'll try and even include like what I consider like my favorite restaurant, just delicious Latin American food that they had there. So yeah, so that's just one thing to keep in mind when you're out and about. That's why I'm showing you these restaurants. Also, another thing, as the current direction that I'm walking in, I couldn't tell you how far, but one thing I could tell you is this is the direction of Old San Juan. And just what I can kind of remember from the last time being here, it was not that far by car, by Uber. It was maybe about 15 minutes or so. So there we have, looks like another restaurant over there. Looks like it's kind of more than a restaurant. Looks like it's kind of almost like a club. Okay, maybe when I cross the street, I'll walk over and ask the guy what is it exactly. But it looks like a kind of a outdoor / indoor kind of club over there. Okay, looks like another hotel. Oh, this is Condado Plaza Hilton. That's what this is. This is a Starbucks next to it. But this is a Hilton hotel. There's Santa Claus over there. Okay, so here is a beach. It's not the beach exactly where I was staying, behind the La Concha, but here is a beach. This looks like it's more of kind of a local beach. Where a lot of locals come stay here. Come here. And also, I'm sure the people from the Hilton, they probably come here also. So one other thing I can kind of say about, like, this pertaining to the beaches. So one thing I know is that the last time I was here, the beaches that I stayed at, where I was, is that the beaches, these beaches are public beaches. However, the ones that are directly by the hotels, even though they're public beaches, the people at the hotels, security at the hotels kind of control what goes on there. So if, you're on the beach and there's someone who shouldn't be there, or somebody who's kind of just bothering the guests, they're going to make sure they're off that beach. But, in terms of locals, if any locals just want to come hang out at the beach, they can, because it's a public beach. But like I said, security at those beaches, they do tend to control what goes on at those beaches. Okay, and one thing I'm saying is that, like, from this point, looks like what I'm saying is like part of, look like what was part of the fort, so, of Old San Juan. So, and the other thing I do remember about this area is, once I kind of passed this point, we passed this point in the car, I do recall that actual Old San Juan was not that far away. It was just a little bit away. So, so I want to say, like, just over past these hotels here is where Old San Juan is. Old San Juan in the forts. the forts of Old San Juan. I think they call them castles, but they're there. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna start heading back. Excuse me. What is this, like a club?
No, it's 2 restaurants and a bar.
Well, it's 3 restaurants and a bar. So it's not a club or nothing?
No.
Okay. All right. And what time y'all like stay open? Are they open all day or?
It's 12 p.m. till 10 p.m.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, thanks. I mean, can I just go in and walk around?
You just need destination code.
Oh. Okay. All right, thanks. Okay, there you have it. So this is what the guy said. It's just restaurants, which is nice and convenient, and actually come here, grab something to eat. Yeah. But this is nice. Definitely something that was not here before. And, just to get in, it's a guy at the door here. And so that guy, he was just wanted to make sure I had my vaccination card, which I do. Otherwise, you can't get in. And also, there's part of the ocean. Right here, it is not a beach. So that's the other thing about Puerto Rico, and this side, Puerto Rico, that, yeah, there's plenty of beaches along the way, but this is not one of those places where the beach covers the entire shoreline. So there's a lot of kind of rocky kind of areas there. But those beaches that they do have are very nice. Okay, and just plenty of outdoor spots to just kind of hang out here. Very nice, very nice. So there you have it. Here's somewhere to come if you're in this part of the of San Juan on Ashford Avenue. And let me see if I can get the address on my way out. At least have a sign so I can kind of show you exactly where we are. As you can see there, ask for their COVID vaccination card. Okay, so this is it. It's called Marqueta. Okay, and it's at 1005 Ashford Avenue. Okay, so I'm gonna keep walking. Okay, the other thing here, if you chose to drive, this area, I see they have plenty of parking space over there also. I didn't drive, but I mean, sometimes when I come to these places, I just prefer to take the Uber because I don't like when I travel around different places that I have to worry about parking and those type of things. Also the fact that I know the places I'll be going, they're very close to each other. So again, no reason to worry about having a car. However, if you're coming here and you know that you're going to be traveling out and about, for example, if you're going to the Bacardi factory, what I recall the last time I was here at the Bacardi factory, I believe that drive seemed like it was about 30 to 45 minutes from this area. So, but on the other hand, I know I'm going to Old San Juan, and I know the parking is not that great over there. The streets are really narrow. So that's one reason why I said, for me, just taking the Uber will be fine. I'm saying the Uber, but also one thing I kind of noticed is I tried taking Lyft from last night from the airport, and it seems like Lyft does not operate here. At least last night when I tried to catch it, I couldn't get it. And it could just be that I can't catch it from the airport.